Chapters 11 through 15 of the book of Genesis, from the Young's Literal Translation of the Bible. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Mark Penfold. Chapters 11 through 15 of Genesis, from the Young's Literal Translation. Chapter 11. And the whole earth is of one pronunciation, and of the same words. And it cometh to pass, in their journeying from the east, that they find a valley in the land of Shinar, and dwell there. And they say each one to his neighbor, Give help, let us make bricks, and burn them thoroughly. And the brick is to them for stone, and the bitumen hath been to them for mortar. And they say, Give help, let us build for ourselves a city and tower, and its head in the heavens, and make for ourselves a name, lest we be scattered over the face of all the earth. And Jehovah cometh down to see the city, and the tower which the sons of men have builded. And Jehovah saith, Lo, the people is one, and one pronunciation is to them all. And this it hath dreamed of doing, and now nothing is restrained from them of that which they have purposed to do. Give help, let us go down, and mingle there their pronunciation, so that a man doth not understand the pronunciation of his companion. And Jehovah doth scatter them from thence over the face of all the earth, and they cease to build the city. Therefore hath one called its name Babel, for there hath Jehovah mingled the pronunciation of all the earth, and from thence hath Jehovah scattered them over the face of all the earth. These are births of Shem. Shem is a son of 100 years, and begetteth Arphaxad 2 years after the deluge. And Shem liveth after his begetting Arphaxad 500 years, and begetteth sons and daughters. And Arphaxad hath lived 35 years, and begetteth Salah. And Arphaxad liveth after his begetting Salah 403 years, and begetteth sons and daughters. And Salah hath lived 30 years, and begetteth Eber. And Salah liveth after his begetting Eber 403 years, and begetteth sons and daughters. And Eber liveth 34 years, and begetteth Peleg. And Eber liveth after his begetting Peleg 430 years, and begetteth sons and daughters. And Peleg liveth 30 years, and begetteth Reu. And Peleg liveth after his begetting Reu 209 years, and begetteth sons and daughters. And Reu liveth 32 years, and begetteth Serug. And Reu liveth after his begetting Serug 207 years, and begetteth sons and daughters. And Serug liveth 30 years, and begetteth Nahor. And Serug liveth after his begetting Nahor 200 years, and begetteth sons and daughters. And Nahor liveth 29 years, and begetteth Terah. And Nahor liveth after his begetting Terah 119 years, and begetteth sons and daughters. And Terah liveth 70 years, and begetteth Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And these are births of Terah. Terah hath begotten Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran hath begotten Lot. And Haran dieth in the presence of Terah his father, in the land of his birth, in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor take to themselves wives. The name of Abram's wife is Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife is Milcah, daughter of Haran, father of Milcah, and father of Iscah. And Sarai is barren, she hath no child. And Terah taketh Abram his son, and Lot, son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, wife of Abram his son. And they go out with them from Ur of the Chaldees, to go towards the land of Canaan. And they come unto Charan, and dwell there. And the days of Terah are 205 years, and Terah dieth in Charan. Chapter 12. And Jehovah saith unto Abram, Go for thyself from thy land, and from thy kindred, and from the house of thy father, unto the land which I shew thee. And I make thee become a great nation, and bless thee, and make thy name great, and be thou a blessing. And I bless those blessing thee, and him who is disesteeming thee I curse. And blessed in thee have been all families of the ground. And Abram goeth on, as Jehovah hath spoken unto him, and Lot goeth with him. And Abram is a son of 75 years in his going out from Charan. And Abram taketh Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they have gained, and the persons that they have obtained in Charan, and they go out to go towards the land of Canaan, and they come in to the land of Canaan. And Abram passeth over into the land, unto the place Shechem, unto the oak of Moreh, and the Canaanite is then in the land. And Jehovah appeareth unto Abram, and saith, To thy seed I give this land. And he buildeth there an altar to Jehovah, who hath appeared unto him. And he removeth from thence towards a mountain at the east of Bethel, and stretcheth out the tent, Bethel at the west, and Hai at the east. And he buildeth there an altar to Jehovah, and preacheth in the name of Jehovah. And Abram journeyeth, going on and journeying towards the south. And there is a famine in the land, and Abram goeth down towards Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine is grievous in the land. And it cometh to pass, as he hath drawn near to enter Egypt, that he saith unto Sarai his wife, Lo, I pray thee, I have known that thou art a woman of beautiful appearance. And it hath come to pass that the Egyptians see thee, and they have said, This is his wife. And they have slain me, and thee they keep alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, so that it is well with me because of thee, and my soul hath lived for thy sake. And it cometh to pass at the entering of Abram into Egypt, that the Egyptians see the woman, that she is exceeding fair. And princes of Pharaoh see her, and praise her unto Pharaoh, and the woman is taken to Pharaoh's house. And to Abram he hath done good because of her. And he hath sheep and oxen, and he asses, and menservants, and handmaids, and she asses, and camels. And Jehovah plagueth Pharaoh and his house, great plagues for the matter of Sarai, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh calleth for Abram, and saith, What is this thou hast done to me? Why hast thou not declared to me that she is thy wife? Why hast thou said, She is my sister, and I take her to myself for a wife? And now, lo, thy wife, take and go. And Pharaoh chargeth men concerning him, and they send him away, and his wife, and all that he hath. Chapter 13. And Abram goeth up from Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he hath, and Lot with him, towards the south. And Abram is exceedingly wealthy in cattle, in silver, and in gold. And he goeth on his journeyings from the south, even unto Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the commencement, between Bethel and Hai, unto the place of the altar which he made there at the first. And there doth Abram preach in the name of Jehovah. And also to Lot, who is going with Abram, there hath been sheep, and oxen, and tents. And the land hath not suffered them to dwell together, for their substance hath been much, and they have not been able to dwell together. And there is a strife between those feeding Abram's cattle, and those feeding Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite are then dwelling in the land. And Abram saith unto Lot, Let there not, I pray thee, be strife between me and thee, and between my shepherds and thy shepherds, for we are men, brethren. Is not all the land before thee? Be parted, I pray thee, from me. If to the left, then I to the right, and if to the right, then I to the left. And Lot lifteth up his eyes, and seeth the whole circuit of the Jordan, that is all a watered country, before Jehovah's destroying Sodom and Gomorrah, as Jehovah's garden, as the land of Egypt, in thy coming toward Zoar. And Lot chooseth for himself the whole circuit of the Jordan. And Lot journeyeth from the east, and they are parted, a man from his companion. Abram hath dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot hath dwelt in the cities of the circuit, and tenteth unto Sodom. And the men of Sodom are evil, and sinners before Jehovah exceedingly. And Jehovah said unto Abram, after Lot's being parted from him, Lift up, I pray thee, thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art, northward and southward, and eastward and westward. For the whole of the land which thou art seeing, to thee I give it, and to thy seed, to the age. And I have set thy seed as dust of the earth, so that if one is able to number the dust of the earth, even thy seed is numbered. Rise, go up and down through the land, to its length and to its breadth, for to thee I give it. And Abram tenteth, and cometh, and dwelleth among the oaks of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and buildeth there an altar to Jehovah. 14. And it cometh to pass in the days of Amraphel king of Shinar, Arioch king of Elasar, Chedorlaomer king of Elam, and Tidal king of Goyim, they have made war with Bera king of Sodom, and with Birsha king of Gomorrah, Shinab king of Admah, and Shemeber king of Zeboyim, and the king of Bela, which is Zoar. All these have been joined together unto the valley of Siddim, which is the Salt Sea. 12 years they served Chedorlaomer, and the 13th year they rebelled. And in the 14th year came Chedorlaomer, and the kings who are with him, and they smite the Rephaim in Ashtaroth Karnaim, and the Zuzim in Ham, and the Emim in Shavah Kiriathaim, and the Horites in their Mount Seir, unto El Paran, which is by the wilderness. And they turn back and come in unto En Mishpat, which is Kadesh, and smite the whole field of the Amalekite, and also the Amorite who is dwelling in Hazazon Tamar. And the king of Sodom goeth out, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Zeboyim, and the king of Bela, which is Zoar, and they set the battle in array with them in the valley of Siddim, with Chedorlaomer king of Elam, and Tidal king of Goyim, and Amraphel king of Shinar, and Arioch king of Elasar, 4 kings with the 5. And the valley of Siddim is full of bitumen pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah flee, and fall there, and those left have fled to the mountain. And they take the whole substance of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the whole of their food, and go away. And they take Lot, Abram's brother's son, seeing he is dwelling in Sodom, and his substance, and go away. And one who is escaping cometh and declareth to Abram the Hebrew, and he is dwelling among the oaks of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner, and they are Abram's allies. And Abram heareth that his brother hath been taken captive, and he draweth out his trained domestics, 318, and pursueth unto Dan. And he divideth himself against them by night, he and his servants, and smiteth them, and pursueth them unto Hobah, which is at the left of Damascus. And he bringeth back the whole of the substance, and also Lot his brother, and his substance hath he brought back, and also the women and the people. And the king of Sodom goeth out to meet him, after his turning back from the smiting of Chedorlaomer, and of the kings who are with him, unto the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's valley. And Melchizedek king of Salem hath brought out bread and wine, and he is priest of God Most High. And he blesseth him, and saith, Blessed is Abram to God Most High, possessing heaven and earth. And blessed is God Most High, who hath delivered thine adversaries into thy hand. And he giveth to him 1/10 of all. And the king of Sodom saith unto Abram, Give to me the persons, and the substance take to thyself. And Abram saith unto the king of Sodom, I have lifted up my hand unto Jehovah, God Most High, possessing heaven and earth. From a thread even unto a shoe latchet, I take not of anything which thou hast, that thou say not, I have made Abram rich. Save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men who have gone with me. Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, they take their portion. 15. After these things hath the word of Jehovah been unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am a shield to thee, thy reward is exceeding great. And Abram saith, Lord Jehovah, what dost thou give to me? And I am going childless? And an acquired son in my house is Demesek Eliezer. And Abram saith, Lo, to me thou hast not given seed, and lo, a domestic doth heir me. And lo, the word of Jehovah is unto him, saying, This one doth not heir thee, but he who cometh out from thy bowels, he doth heir thee. And he bringeth him out without, and saith, Look attentively, I pray thee, towards the heavens, and count the stars, if thou art able to count them. And he saith to him, Thus is thy seed. And he hath believed in Jehovah, and he reckoneth it to him righteousness. And he saith unto him, I am Jehovah who brought thee out from Ur of the Chaldees, to give to thee this land to possess it. And he saith, Lord Jehovah, whereby do I know that I possess it? And he saith unto him, Take for me a heifer of 3 years, and a she-goat of 3 years, and a ram of 3 years, and a turtle dove, and a young bird. And he taketh to him all these, and separateth them in the midst, and putteth each piece over against its fellow, but the bird he hath not divided. And the ravenous birds come down upon the carcasses, and Abram causeth them to turn back. And the sun is about to go in, and deep sleep hath fallen upon Abram, and lo, a terror of great darkness is falling upon him. And he saith to Abram, Know that thy seed is a sojourner in a land not theirs, and they have served them, and they have afflicted them 400 years. And the nation also whom they serve I judge, and after this they go out with great substance. And thou comest in unto thy fathers in peace. Thou art buried in a good old age. And the 4th generation doth turn back hither, for the iniquity of the Amorite is not yet complete. And it cometh to pass, the sun hath gone in, and thick darkness hath been. And lo, a furnace of smoke, and a lamp of fire, which hath passed over between those pieces. In that day hath Jehovah made with Abram a covenant, saying, To thy seed I have given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Phrate, with the Kenite, and the Kenizzite, and the Cadmonite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Rephaim, and the Amorite, and the Canaanite, and the Girgashite, and the Jebusite. The end of chapters 11 through 15 of the book of Genesis, from the Young's Literal Translation of the Bible. Recording by Mark Penfold.